All right. Oh boy. Hey. Oh. I don't want your antler, I'm telling you. You're gonna wish you had it. But let's not get too rowdy with her, okay? Feel me? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Good boy. Lay down, chill out. Do meditation with us. Hey, good evening.
Oh, you awesome people. So happy to see each of you. Oops. Smells good. Okay, let's do this here. And I better set that at the spotlight so y'all got your privacy. But y'all look great.
Thank you.
Oh, groovy. Good, good. We're gonna give it a few minutes. Let's see what shows. Let some people arrive. But I'm looking over this thing here, and you might want block. You might want bolster or pillow. All the time I've been doing this, I just now started screwing around with bolsters. By bolster, I mean an old pillow that I was holding out. I might actually buy a bolster someday. I'll have a little more living space. All right, I guess I better shut this noisy one off. I'm leaving the other one on because it gets pretty damn hot in here. Ooh. Is it working? Yeah, it's working. So hello, Kiki and Paula. Hello, Yadong. Hey, Ethel.
Hi, Stephen. How are you? Hi, everyone.
No, I'm okay.
Yeah?
I'm above ground and moving oxygen and pumping blood. So the grass is below me rather than above me. We're good. I have as always, much to be grateful for. So, and that's enough. Just a couple more minutes, we'll get going. You know, something to consider if you got, if you're feeling like extra nervous energy, you know, that manifests in different ways. Sometimes it can be like anxious, and sometimes it can be whoa, 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 like heavy gravity. This practice can come sometimes. It helps to turn the lights down a little bit if you are experiencing that. Aromas, sometimes those can help. Frankincense is a good chill the hell out aroma. I think vetiver is just outstanding for this sort of thing, man. For me, vetiver just takes me right into theta wave state. Just calms me right down. And I continue to forget about that playlist. I mean to put it up. By DJ Taz Rashid. It's called Elements. And it's not like dance music or music you drive around listening to, or maybe you do. It's designed for practice, for very still, deep practice. And there's 4 tracks, one for each of the common elements. And each track is doubled. One just vanilla, and one is designed for earbuds, binaural beats. And if you've never played around with binaural beats, might do yourself a favor and try them out. It's pretty wild. Put them earbuds and turn on a track of binaural beats, and it goes right into your ear holes, and it takes you from alpha to theta real smooth, gets you in a meditative state. You might find yourself drifting like right out to the rings of Saturn. Maybe tie your ankle to something heavy just in case. Uno más, one more minute. Perhaps. All right, shall we? If you haven't already, please set your device to speaker view. And if you want to have your camera off, it's okay. I like them on so I can kind of, well, so it's like my way of being in the room with you. I can see if you're responding to the suggestions, the cues that I give, and I can adjust the way I'm cueing and guiding based on what I'm picking up off you. But it is certainly no rules, right? We do have a couple boundaries that it's up to you if you wish to observe. First boundary is safety. Whether we're doing hot, spicy, active asana or deep, meditative, chill asana, same thing. Use your discernment, which is cognition and intuition. If something hurts, if your knower or your gut says no bueno, that means modify it, or you can even skip it. And the other boundary would be calmness. You're going to find that more so in more active dynamic, but sometimes in a yin, calmness can be challenged. And how do we know if our calmness is here? Well, our breath. Our breath is our barometer. Your breath is steady, your face is soft, a good chance you're calm. But if it becomes choppy, strained, unintentional pauses, or that's the notification to take a beat, bring back your breath, bring back your calmness, and then join back in. And the cool thing about these boundaries, you're in charge of them, not me. I have no way to do anything with your boundaries, only you. So it really is your practice. You are your teacher, and I am just your instructor. So let's start out seated, okay? You can go crisscross applesauce, is pretty mellow. I like Siddhasana. If you're not familiar, you just stack your ankles with heels at the groin, knees fall away from each other at depth for Siddhasana. Some folks like to go right into a lotus, Padmasana. Whatever it is, just make it yours. And let's start with some suggestions. If it's okay, close your eyes. And then nostril breathing, but naturally. Sort of let your breath move naturally, even if it's choppy and it's shallow right now. That's okay. Just say hi to it, you know, kind of flirt with it a little bit. Get to know where it's at. And no judging it. No criticizing it. Just go, oh, this is what the breath is doing. Hi, breath. And then don't jack with it. Let it be for a minute. Just let it do what it do. And while that's taking place, you can ground your palms against your legs, or you can flip your palms up. What are you looking to feel? Are you trying to receive something, or do you need to get grounded, settled? Palms down is grounding, palms up is receiving. Kind of exactly like it looks like, yeah? And just, again, while breath is doing its thing, run your mind's eye up and down your spine. See if you can just start lining up vertebrae by vertebrae. You know, we have a full moon tonight. So pretend the crown of your skull is the sun. Your pelvis is the earth. And your heart is full moon. Early tomorrow morning, there'll be lunar eclipse. Right now, create your own lunar eclipse by lining up your spine. Can you see that with your mind's eye? And now we can begin to smooth the breath out if it's not already there. Not necessarily trying to go so deep, but certainly not staying shallow. How about that place of moderation between too much and not enough? Just personal. And we learned in Jnana Yoga, meditation of concentration, that we can just watch breath, noticing the little pausing at the top, the little pausing at the bottom. We can bring all of our attention to that breath. At some point, you're no longer listening to the instructor ramble on about weird shit. You're just hearing him in the background. Yeah. And perhaps you can remember your last time with gratitude. Perhaps it was last Tuesday when we did gratitude meditation. Or maybe it was 20 minutes ago you did gratitude meditation. Or maybe you can just remember that little bittersweetness that comes with it, that brings tears to eyes. And this week we'll hang out with the third aspect of the cultivation of joy, which is karma yoga. Karma yoga is the yoga of selfless service. And let's prepare for that with some asana, some yin. Remaining seated with your spine elevated, situate your feet so the soles of them are together and your knees are falling away from each other. You can call it Baddha Konasana. In yin, you call cobbler, butterfly, or my favorite, sitting with my feet together and my knees falling away from each other. And it's sort of up to you. You can stay upright and just let gravity do its thing. Or with long spine, you can just walk hands forward and you're moving a long lengthened torso forward. Really, it's up to you what you're looking to feel here. And there you go. You find your spot. There it is. Once you find the spot, the place of moderation, it's an edge that you soften around, just melt around it with exhales. We know inhales lengthen and lift us, and exhales ground us, but they can also melt us, soften us. Yeah, there you go. Nice. And once you're just sweetly melted around that edge, allow time and stillness to apply the medicine of yin. We don't 100% exclude movement. You may need to adjust for sensation for a little more, a little less. But there's certainly no need for the unnecessary fidgets or shifts or movements that your mind will begin to demand. It's really part of the growth, part of the medicine is to just look at those demands of the mind, now react to them. Sort of like a metaphor. Life throws the vicissitude, the challenge at you. It hurts. It's uncomfortable, difficult. Or maybe it's confusing. But generally, these challenges that life throws are a little unpleasant. And the mind says shift, fidget, run, move. But maybe we can just be still in mind, in body, experience fully, feel, gather the experience, and then maybe we get access to the growth. Because all challenge presents opportunity for growth. There's really no hurry as you make your way back up. You can take your time. Let the pose just linger a little bit. Every step of hands coming back. Yeah, there you go. That's just. And once upright, you might want to turn facing side of your mat. But either way, open legs wide so you're seated with your legs long, straight, opening away from each other. You just take a moment and just scooch each heel, maybe millimeter at a time, maybe centimeter, certainly not meter. And find that degree that's, well, just right. Heels are down, toes are up. Place your hands on the floor, right in front of groin. As you inhale, lift the front of your rib cage, your breastbone. Lift all of that up. Start walking your hands forward as you breathe out into this lengthening forward. I mean, sure, torso going down, but think forward. Some of us might want to reach out and take a hold of some ankles or some feet and use a little arm strength as leverage to pull in. But if you're already feeling it where you're at, why the hell would you do that? There's no necessary. Find the sensation and just be with it where it is. Yeah. It's a funny thing, especially in our society, that we get to where we have the benefit, but for some reason we say more is better. So we push and we force. We know law of nature shows that the harder you are on anything, the faster you wear it out. That stands true for everything, including a relationship like the one you have with your body. Never in your life will you see a healthy relationship respond positively to force, coercion, or neglect of ignoring, not listening to communication. So right now, love yourself, be intimate with yourself, indulge in the pose. find yourself wandering away from the focus on breath, no problem, natural, it happens. Just say, oh, look, I wandered. Cool, come on back to it. You know, some of us have to do that like every 0.25 seconds. It can be a bit of a challenge to concentrate. Nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean you're broken or anything like that. It means you're perfectly normal. Stay low and just walk hands and bring torso over to your right thigh. And if you're folded forward to a degree where your forearms are hitting the floor, maybe go a little more into the left one so you kind of roll into your inner thigh. That might be kind of nice. And if you happen to notice the left hip just popped up, it's real nice, like real gentle, just settle it on back down, give it a second. And if you feel as though there's more room for space, if there's a little more room for sensation, we'll just inhale your breastbone towards your big toe of your right foot. And exhale and melt. But if you're already feeling it, no need for that. You might have already figured out that we're going to be here hips wide open for a little bit. So what a wonderful opportunity to offer petition, request. You know we stuff things in hips. But why not? Hey, whatever it is I'm holding on to that I just don't need, may I let go of it. May I be willing to let go. That's kind of where it starts, is with just a little willingness. Like habanero, just a little bit goes a long way. The duration we're using in this Upavishta Konasana, we are well into our extracellular matrix by now. You are now working with the part of the anatomy through which your essence flows. Energy, prana, chi, spirit, the intelligence of your body, your true identity. staying as low as you like. Take your time and make your way over towards your left thigh. And just enjoy the trip. It's kind of a long ways, so check out the ride. It's smooth. Yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna dip into some left side hamstring, back of left knee, calf, maybe Achilles tendon. How about that strip of tissue that goes from your inner knee all the way up to your groin? Loads of nadis that you're touching right now, the channels through which that intelligence flows. Right now, you are touching your soul. How cool is that? There's a point of gratitude. And it's no wonder that the fidgets are presenting. I mean, you've been in your hips for a while. The mind is probably realizing it's seeing and feeling something it doesn't want to deal with. Stillness. This is the treatment to break the strongest addiction of your life. You have an incredible, amazing mind. It's like a Ferrari. If you don't know how to drive a Ferrari, it can be kind of reckless. Right now, you're learning to drive the Ferrari. Now, once again, come right back to the middle, but we're not going to dwell there for long. But you come to the middle, and then you gentle, easy, come back upright, bring in your spine up erect. Yeah, you got it. That's the stuff. So hips and legs have been here for a while. Let's use a little gentleness and some strength of arms to bring our legs back together. Certainly don't use the inner muscles of your legs. Don't even worry about that. Just use some arms. Yeah, like that. Good. Good. And once you have your legs together, we're going to go to child's pose, supine, supta, ananda, balasana. So on your back, just pull your knees to your chest like child's pose, and you can hug them in. And I know our first reaction when we do this is to kind of roll and massage kidneys. There'll be time for that. Right now, let's just be still. Notice the challenge of stillness in a rather simple pose, right? Isn't that incredible? I mean, what is it? What is it? Even in something not as intense as a straddle, that my mind wants me to fidget and move. I mean, don't overanalyze it. This ain't therapy, but just notice how interesting that is. it is through these thought techniques that we can discover thought is just phenomenon. It is not identity. We are not our thoughts. And we begin to open up a little bit of space between us and the thoughts. And it might be just the tiniest bit of the wiggle room, like the kind of space a violin finds in the violin case. It's just a little tiny space is enough separation to observe and to start getting some of the moksha, freedom. A little bit of release from bondage of self. How cool is that, right? So still, so quiet. Equipoise, balancing the forces of energy. No longer human doing, but human being. Right here, right? Now I know you've been waiting for it. Go ahead and a little side to side, a little bit of massage the kidneys. Just sensual, nice. Yeah. When you're ready, come back up to seated pose. We're going to be sitting upright. We'll keep our left leg out long in front. And then your right foot, bend your right knee and bring the outer edge, the knife edge of your right foot way up to the crease of your left hip. Start pointing your right knee away towards the same way your left leg is pointing. And then maybe start letting your right knee lower and lower and lower. You'll feel some pressure in your left thigh from your foot. And believe it or not, right here might be plenty. If you feel that there's room for more, you can let an inhale lengthen your breastbone up away from pelvis. And then as you breathe out, you just lengthen forward. And you start to feel a foot coming into your belly. The dorsal part of your foot kind of pushing into your thigh. Might feel weird, might feel uncomfortable. That's to be expected, but if it's painful, please back off. You can use your right forearm on the inner right knee to gently, moderately bring it into contact with the mat if it's appropriate. And no force, no aggression. This is love. This is not combat. just kind of look at all the things going on in this very simple, basic shape. We have some hamstring and calf and back of knee on the left side. Certainly have deep knee bend on right side and maybe some piriformis deep under your right glute. And there's a foot massaging your internal organs. Simultaneously compression into your left thigh. And who knew so many cool things could be happening in just such a simple, unimpressive shape, right? Pretty awesome. And if you've been to a few of these yin practices, you know, hip, knee, they kind of encourage rowdiness in the mind. It's to be expected. You know it's coming. Right now, you can make a choice. What am I going to do with that? You ever see a willow or a palm in strong winds? It's just soft. It just moves with the rowdiness. It doesn't break. It just flows. What incredible strength, right? Come on up, nice and easy. No hurries, no worries. And once you're upright, you probably want to release your right foot and extend your right leg down next to the left one. This would be a really good time to kind of windshield wiper your foot. Maybe wiggle, bend your right knee. But smooth, you know, nothing rowdy, nothing intense. Just some gentle, organic movement. Your body will tell you how. You'll say, hey, please move me like this. And you'll say, of course. You ask, I give. It's love, right? With your right leg straight, once you're ready, we'll do the same thing. Bend your left knee. Let's bring outer edge of your left foot up. That crease in your right hip is like it was just made for the outside of your left foot, isn't it? How cool. Once it's there, you start letting your left knee point same direction as your right leg and let it rotate down. You'll feel the top of your foot flattening into your thigh. And same thing, you can stay right up here. Lots of benefit right here. If you wish for more sensation, if it's necessary, appropriate, take a breath. Lift your breastbone, lengthen. Exhale your long torso forward, 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 until your partner says, right there, that's enough, thanks. You can use your left arm to do a little something with your left knee, your left forearm on your inner left knee. It might want to go down, it just doesn't know how to get there. Or it might be okay where it's at. Only you know. Is your breath still calm? Is your jaw soft? Does your face kind of feel like a candle melting just soft? While we're deep into the hip and the knee and the hamstring, what a great opportunity for another petition. Whatever it is I'm holding on to, whatever I got my grip on, it isn't serving me. Please, please, I let go. It's not for me. Please take it. May I be willing. All right. And stay with the breath. In more active asanas, we build fire, heat, and muscles. In tapas, discipline. Well, we still use the discipline of tapas here. The fire of tapas is still here. The discipline to be still. We can use that to burn the impurities, the things, the toxins, the stuff floating around up there. Just burn it away. And please take your time. There's no hurry with it. Just come back upright if you're not already there. And as you do, you feel that sensation washing, that you got movement and you're not even moving. If not yet, release your left leg and see if you feel it. But do kind of slow. Almost like a kinked water hose. You unkink it and the flow happens. Yeah, feeling movement of your essence, touching your soul. And then like you did on the other side, just a couple of natural organic movements, something that feels right. You can wiggle the feet a little, move knees, hips. Let that prana move around. It's nice. Yeah. Grooving. From here, just come right to your back. If you got a block handy, have it within hands, within reach. And you just come to your back. And once you're on your back, you bend your knees and bring your feet, your heels towards your sit bones. Just walk them up there. You got two options here for this reclined butterfly. You can right here, flat back, just drop your knees open. If you wish, you can kind of intensify it, enhance it by sliding your block under your sacrum, not your lumbar, under your sacrum. The triangular bone in your pelvis at the bottom. And you know, only you're going to know if that works for you. Some people love this and some people it's not okay. So take your time, investigate. Don't just cram it down your body's throat. Just say, hey, is this all right? Do you like this? And if so, well, give, indulge. And to open up a little more, we can take our arms out wide and then bend our elbows like saguaro cactus, the back of the hands against the planet. Yeah, it's a position of vulnerability, open, wide open. It's like last chance in this practice to let some stuff go. It's hiding out in nooks and crannies. It's running away saying, I don't want to be let go. So search. Let an inhale wrap around it. Let an exhale adios it out. Take your time to bring your knees together. You only need to lift a little tiny bit to remove your block if it's there. Before you go anywhere, while you're on your back, how about open your feet the width of your mat, and just with the rhythm of your breath, let knees drop side to side on exhales. Let them come up middle on an inhale, and exhale takes them the other direction. It's just kind of nice to windshield wiper with a wider stance. Let the head of your thigh bone, femoral head, kind of take a different angle in the socket there. Just let it flow. Let it move around. Yeah. And when you're ready, without any kind of jarring or harsh movement, come back to seated upright, just like we started. some kind of seated pose that you can maintain for a while. Grounded. Yeah. You can sit on a cushion or pillow, or sit on the floor. Yeah. You know, with hands, you go palms up or down, personal. And we're really dealing with matters of the heart. So I'll show you mudra that may be appropriate. You take your index finger and tuck it to the very base of your thumb. Take the tip of your thumbs to the tips of your middle finger and ring finger. And then just let the pinky hang out like you're drinking tea or something, right? Just let the pinky do what it do. And then set it down, palms up on your thighs. This is an anahata or a heart mudra. You said it directs energy towards heart chakra. You know, I really don't know if it does or doesn't, but it sure as hell can't hurt to try, right? Spine upright. Shoulder blades roll down spine. Lift the top of your skull and just a slight chin tuck. No force, just lengthening the neck. Let your eyes close. Cultivation of joy through 3 yogas. Jnana yoga, yoga of wisdom. Bhakti yoga, yoga of devotion. And tonight, we'll look at karma yoga. This is the yoga of selfless service. The yoga of true action. The yoga of uncompromising generosity to others. It is the bride to bhakti. The partner, companion. Imagine giving of your essence to others fully with no expectation from theirs. Remember all that filled your heart with gratitude. All those things, the people, the experiences, everything that swole your heart with gratitude, your eyes with tears. Imagine giving that away to everybody else. Just giving for no reason other than to give. Imagine an angry person, the look on their face turning to a warm and genuine smile. If you can, imagine a hungry person being fed a nourishing meal. A lonely person embraced in a loving hug. Give, give, give. With your mind quiet from what you learned with the jhana, meditation of concentration. And your heart full and your eyes teary with the gratitude. Now begin to let that full heart bleed with compassion for all other beings. I mean, it's not about you, not the wreck. It's about elevating others, all others. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy, free. Some visualize this meditation with images, and some use feelings, emotions. And some people use words, or prayer, in other words. Imagine all the ways to give uncompromising generosity. Breath stays steady, heart bleeding, giving, giving, giving. And understand, most people will not do what we are doing right now. Thus, the state of this world. This is me taking 10 minutes to give anything I can of myself to others. Taking a few minutes to contribute to shift of consciousness of this world. We remember what that great philosopher said, and he told us, he said, you know, you want to change the world. Take a look at yourself and begin making the changes there. And as your consciousness shifts, the consciousness of others follows. It spreads. Give, 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 give. I give you the mantra again, real slow. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. Say mantra out loud or stay quiet to self or don't say it all. Just visualize the giving. And just stay with the state of giving. Stillness. Peace. As long as you wish. And know that every moment in this state is benefit to others. And I give to you my gratitude. I give to you my love. Oh, Shanti, Shanti.